a friend named Bud Hutton, who was a very good journalist. He taught me a lot. He had been the editor of a Binghamton newspaper and some other newspapers, and he really knew the newspaper business. And I worked with him, and he taught me a great deal about the business. And after the war, here I was, a sergeant, getting paid as a sergeant. And a couple of weeks after we got back here to New York, we sold the book we had written to MGM for $55,000. You know, it was all the money in the world. Came back to New York, and I got a job writing for Arthur Godfrey, who was the biggest thing there ever was in television at its beginning. And I wrote for Godfrey for 5 years, right here in New York at 485 Madison. And then after that, I was a writer for the CBS morning show with Will Rogers Jr., and he was a great guy. He couldn't write his own name, but he was a good guy, and I enjoyed writing for him. I think it's been lucky to have two very good producers. Don Hewitt was a genius. I mean, he started 60 Minutes, and he was not my best friend, but he was good.
Andy, I want 2 minutes. I don't want it shorter, I just want it better. With the whole world now deciding that more is less, you're the only one left who thinks more is more.
Uh-huh.
Can you just please keep it at 2 minutes?
No.
Any 2 minutes. The first 2 minutes, the last 2 minutes, the middle 2 minutes, but 2 minutes. Thank you.
Who is this?
Now we have his successor, Jeff Fager, is just very good. He knows what news is, and that's what he wants on the show, and that's what we get. It's been thrilling to work for such a good show. Oh, I like them all. Harry was my best friend. I mean, I knew Harry for years, and he was, as I said, he was lazy, but I wrote everything Harry wrote for many years. And Mike Wallace, I've never really written for, but I knew him well, and still know him well. It is a great thrill to be with him. I like Morley. I see a lot of Morley, and you just know that these people are where they are, and it wasn't by luck that they got there. They're good. And I like the idea of being a newspaper man, but I haven't been one for a long while. And it's melded, too. I mean, there isn't much difference between a newspaper reporter and a television reporter, except a television reporter has to say it on camera. I think you try to be honest with everything you write. That's important, I think, whether you're a newspaper man or not. Being honest when you're writing is of vital importance, and people understand it, too. They know that you're being as honest as you are able, and that what you say is true. It's hard to say why I have been successful. Hard for me, anyway. I wouldn't give it if I did. I don't want them to take my job, and they wouldn't want my advice anyway.